Good afternoon, this is Carrie with Cookbook Divas. I am live broadcasting my cookbook haul from the local library. I am on YouTube and we are on Amazon today and we are on Facebook today. And Instagram doesn't let us live stream into their platform, so we're not over there. No problem. Today we're going to drink tea and look at some cookbooks together and take some sneak peeks inside the cookbooks. And I'm trying to find the number one cookbook I wanted to show you today, the brand new sneak peek at the new Chetna baking cookbook. I cannot find it in my messy office, so we might not be looking at that. I wanted to start off the stream by saying hello in the chat. Be sure to drop us a note whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube or on Amazon Live. We'll be able to see you. And come on over and join the conversation on Amazon Live. We'd love to hear from you, and make sure I can see the comments. Yes, okay. Cookbook Divas loves cookbooks, but we also love tea. So I wanted to chat really quickly about some tea today. But let's start off because people ask me what camera I'm using. I am still using a webcam. I have not upgraded to live streaming with a DSLR yet. I'm getting there. I'm working on it. Hey, we have somebody watching on Facebook. Thank you. So we use a Logitech Brio 4K. Now I'm not streaming in 4K today because we don't stream to 4K on Amazon, just 720. But we use it for some of our YouTube videos. And I'm using a Logitech for Creators Brio microphone. I have it right over here. It probably should be right in front of me on camera, but I don't like having my microphone show because it's not pink and cute. So getting that out of the way, I have a sneak peek that I want to show you of Persiana Every Day. It's down here on the bottom. I'm going to have to move a bunch of cookbooks to get to it. I should have planned this better. It is not coming out till October, but I'm allowed to give you a little sneak peek of it. I can't show too much of it, but as I was flipping through, I started making a grocery list because I could not wait to start making the recipes out of this cookbook. So let me grab it off the bottom of the stack, hopefully without toppling everything over. Nope, we have some toppling. Okay, should have planned that better. Look at this beautiful cover. Hang on while I rescue the stack of books. Okay, those of you watching, I'd love to hear where you're watching from today. I am in Seattle, Washington, where it's cloudy and super hot. This is the new Sabrina Gayur cookbook that does not come out till October, I believe. So it's currently $34.99 for the pre-order. And of course you can get it on Kindle too when it comes out. This is a stunning cookbook. It doesn't hurt. It's by Aster. Does not hurt. Oh, by the way, this one we got mailed for free from the publisher because they wanted us to look through it with you. So we are. But if they had sent us an ugly, horrible cookbook, I wouldn't look through it. I love Middle Eastern food. I'm so excited to get this. The chapters are small plates, salads for all seasons, poultry and meat, fish and seafood, vegetable love. That's my favorite chapter since I'm vegetarian. Carbs of all kinds. Who doesn't love carbs? And something sweet. So let's just do a quick preview. Gorgeous photography, as always, in Sabrina Gayur's cookbooks. Yeah, oh, fantastic. Muha Mara. This, I'm going to need glasses. I have made this before in cooking classes that I took, Middle Eastern cooking. I took an entire appetizer class on Middle Eastern appetizers or mezza. I loved it. This is roasted red peppers, roasted hazelnuts, garlic cloves, olive oil, red chili flakes, which I would go really light on because I'm a super wimp. The juice of half a lemon, that's quite a bit. And then flat leaf parsley, which I actually grow outside on my kitchen deck. Malden sea salt flakes and a freshly ground black pepper and toasted bread or toasted mini pita to serve. That looks amazing. I'm not personally a huge fan of red peppers, but I would eat this, totally. I've got spiced mushroom lakme lettuce wraps. I've never seen that word before, and I probably just pronounced it wrong. I can't show you the whole cookbook, so I'm trying to find just some of the best stuff to sneak peek. I'm not going to show you tuna salad because that looks gross, but look, it's sweet and savory pastry twists. Yum! Those look so good. Those of you joining us, we're looking through Persiana Every Day. It's a sneak peek because this cookbook is not published yet. And the publisher sent us a free copy and allowed us to give you a tiny sneak peek. Fried feta parcels with honey. Yum. Love it. I actually had some feta last night that I did not care for because it was smoked somehow. It was a smoky flavor. I didn't finish it. And when I don't finish a feta, there's a problem. Ottoman puffs. So what are in those? Puff pastry sheet, a beaten egg, sesame seeds, sausage meat, scallions, dried barberries, and if you can't get a hold of barberries, you can use cranberries as a substitute, but cranberries aren't bitter enough to really be as good as barberries. Wild oregano, garlic granules, Bieber chile flakes, which you'd have to substitute, and this. I just gathered the ingredients to make this because it looks so good. Za'atar, tomato, olive, and feta pastries. You need puff pastry, semi-dried tomatoes, not sun-dried tomatoes, there's a difference, feta cheese, coarsely chopped Kalamata olives. I bet most of us have those in our pantries, right? And then 2 tablespoons of za'atar, that's a lot, and then freshly ground black pepper. These look so good as a little cocktail party appetizer. Oh, love it. So I'm going to start skipping ahead in the cookbook, give you a sneak peek. Butternut soup, cardamom with tahini. Good for going into fall. This is butternut harissa and coconut soup. I'm not a fan of coconut, so I probably wouldn't make that one. Here's the salads for all seasons chapter, so beautiful. Chicken and cucumber salad. Or you could do a jeweled tomato salad. Now when they say jeweled, they usually mean some kind of nuts and pomegranates and raisins. And in this case, it's pomegranates and olives, cilantro, pistachio nuts. I'm in a new chapter. I'm in the poultry and meat chapter. Yogurt and spice fried chicken strips. Za'atar, paprika, and garlic chicken. I'm skipping. Oh, I was going to skip ahead, but now I have to show you this. Chorizo, potato, corn, tomato, and onion bake. Woo! How about meatball and mushroom stroganoff? It looks like it's sitting on top of French fries. Hello, yes please. Amazing. Those of you just joining us, we are looking through Persiana Every Day. It's a sneak peek. It's by Sabrina Gayour. I love her cookbooks. Pomegranate chicken wings. Lamb chops with yogurt and fenugreek. Let's get into the fish and seafood chapter. Fragrant roasted haddock. And the fragrance is coming from a teaspoon of Ras Al Hanout and turmeric and lemon juice and garlic. Yum! Here's the vegetable love chapter. I'm going to go a little slower in this one because it's my favorite. Okay, I've never seen this word said before, so I'm going to try and pronounce it. Reshta. I hope I said it right. It's classed as a soup of sorts by Persians. It's rich and packed full of herbs and legumes, along with noodles, meaning strands. These can be tricky to find, so she uses spaghetti instead. Kashk or whey is the traditional accompaniment, but if you can't find it, use labneh or Greek yogurt. This is braised celery with black pepper and garlic. Yum. Not everybody likes celery. I do. Broccoli with ginger, lime, garlic, and tomato. I'm personally allergic to ginger, so I would skip that. Crushed new potatoes with tahini butter. Golden pepper, cheese, and zucchini kuku. I would totally make that. I might make that tonight, actually. Bell pepper, zucchini, Greek yogurt, 6 eggs, turmeric, garlic, granules, flour, baking powder, cilantro, sea salt flakes. That's pretty simple. Oh, and cheddar cheese. Hello, yes. And spicy, nutty, roasted cauliflower. And spiced coconut chickpeas. Now we're in the carbs of all kinds chapter. Love carbs. Hey, I have a bunch of people watching and nobody chatting. Please drop me a comment and say hello. Let me know where you're watching from and how many cookbooks you own. Even if they're on Kindle electronic, that counts too. This is cheese, thyme, and walnut flatbreads with honey. And there's 3 no-cook pasta sauces. And spicy garlic, tomato, and mascarpone penne. I wasn't expecting to see penne in a Persian cookbook. That's pretty cool. And now we're in, oh, we're still in vegetarian. Rhubarb, rose, and pistachio trifle pots. Chewy pistachio bites. Peanut butter and banana soft serve. We're in the dessert chapter. Tahini and chocolate marmar cake. Oh, it's marbled. Pretty. And that is your sneak peek of Persiana Every Day, coming out in October from Sabrina Gayour. I was hoping to show you a sneak peek of Chetna's Easy Baking, which also comes out in October. I cannot find my copy because, as you can imagine, my office is filled with thousands of cookbooks. It is here somewhere. I should have gotten it ready for this live stream. I did not. Okay. But I wanted to call out to your attention today. I have the hardback in my carousel down here at Amazon Live. It is 9% off, but the Kindle edition is 99 cents today. That's the lowest price I've ever seen on a cookbook that's not even out. So click down on the carousel if you're here on Amazon Live. In fact, I need to put, actually I'm doing this wrong, I need to put the right address in our banner here. I forgot to do that. I'm going to edit it, and here we go. It's at www.amazon.com/live/cookbookdivas. Alright, you're going to hear my dogs barking, because I think UPS is on the way here. Most Amazon live streamers get UPS and post office deliveries every day. We are no exception. Okay, next book. A library book that I checked out and peeked through and loved it. This is Adventures in Turkish Eating, Anatolia. Shona, good morning. Thanks for joining us on Amazon Live. I hope you just saw the sneak preview of Persiana Every Day, which is 99 cents for the Kindle version over on Amazon. This is Adventures in Turkish Eating, and I don't look through a lot of Turkish cookbooks, so I'm very, very excited. You did see it. Yay! I have to laugh that my nose never itches till I'm on camera. It's driving me crazy. Okay, the author's name I do not know how to pronounce, so forgive me. It's Somer Sivrioglu and David Dale. That's the best I could do. Murdoch Books is the publisher. The chapters starts off with essentials, and then breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea, meze, and dinner. Let's peek through. Essentials: history, ingredients, and techniques for Turkish cooking. Ooh, some travel photos. The food regions of Turkey so that you can learn about that. The 15 favorite ingredients, and now I'm totally hungry. This is called gozleme, or a kind of pancake made popular by people who bring their food stalls from the mountains to coastal villages. That looks so good. Feta, seafood, lamb and lesser meats, eggplant and other vegetables. Some market scenes. Lots and lots of peppers hung up to dry. That's amazing. Oh, wow. And rice, pastries, the wines of Anatolia. A beginner's glossary. I'm going to have to go back and read that. I should have probably read it before I started looking through the cookbook. Oh, well. The 10 top techniques: dolma and sarma, stuffing and rolling, firin, baking, salka, paste making. Gonna learn a lot. All right, I'm jumping into the recipes. Breakfast. These are sesame rings called simit or simit. And they use grape molasses, sesame seeds, thickened cream for whipping, vegetable oil, flour, yeast, and sugar. I would love to have that for breakfast. Now here's a couple recipes that don't have photos, sad face. Pan-fried bread called bazlama, and finger pide. Here's a picture: Balkan-style brioche stuffed with potato and chili. I love savory bakes like that. Shona said, did you mention wines? Shona's hoping that I go drink wine with her today, even though I drank wine with her yesterday. We had so much fun, we want to do it again if I'm a good girl and get all my live streaming done. Black sea cornbread with leeks and whitebait. I don't know what whitebait is. I'm guessing it's a fish. Let's get out of the breakfast chapter because I can't show you the whole cookbook. But look at this beautiful photo. Ah, he's making something called katmer, K-A-T-M-E-R. And here's the lunch chapter. What should we have for lunch? This is called split belly. It's baked eggplant stuffed with beef. Shona, I'm not sure there's any wines in this book. I'm not sure. We'll look towards the end. A thin crust pita with spicy lamb topping. Now Shona and I cannot handle spicy. Oh, here's a beautiful pita with 4 cheeses. This would be the first thing I would make out of this cookbook if I was going to be baking today. You split it open, you stuff it, and bake it again. And here is water pastry with feta and kale. Greek people would probably call this spanakopita, but it's sous boregi or boregi. I need a Turkish pronunciation guide. Egg pasta with walnut and botarga. Let's jump ahead a little bit. Spoon salad, chopped tomato, walnut, and sumac salad. And I actually have sumac spices in the house. Veal meatballs with white bean and tahini salad. My boyfriend does not like lamb or veal. Can't make that for him. Ooh, afternoon tea chapter. Puddings, baklavas, and sweets. Here is a trickster's pot sticker is what they call it. Burnt milk and mastic pudding. I am too good at burning milk. I don't think I would even attempt this because I would probably overburn it. Let me make sure I've got my comments pulled up in case somebody on Facebook or YouTube says hello to us. Here's chocolate dates and Bebek almond truffles. Oh, we're having a travel photo. I'm dreaming of traveling. Where the best baklava begins? Traditional pistachio baklava. I like those little bite-sized ones, little finger-sized ones. I don't want a whole huge square. And I'm the same way with brownies. I just want a little mini bite. Here's a recipe for Ottoman Donuts. Look at that shape. It reminds me of Mexican donuts. Churros. Huh. But not with no cinnamon. Just lemon juice and sugar and butter. Apricot and walnut dolmas. But they don't involve grape leaves like we think of dolmas as grape leaves. They're just stuffed. Now we're in the meze chapter. Small plates to drink with. That is what Shona and I had for dinner last night. Meze, small plates that we shared. Pomegranate hummus, but with spicy sausage that I would omit as a vegetarian. Here is Mom's broad bean pate. I've never thought of making pate out of broad beans. Here is Armenian chickpea domes. Those are beautiful. I would love to make those. Besides chickpeas, the ingredients are cinnamon, black pepper, potatoes, sugar, tahini, olive oil, pine nuts, currants, more cinnamon, ground allspice, sugar, and tahini. Wow. Here's salmon, pastirma, and baby zucchini. Here's sour cherry stuffed vine leaves. Oh my goodness. I love unusual cookbooks like this. I'd never heard of such a thing. There's some pickle recipes, crunchy prawns. Let me know if you have any questions about this cookbook because we're about to be all the way through it and get out another one. Tarsus lamb and beef dumplings. Scorpion fish soup. Thank God there's no photo. Sheep's head soup. Again, I'm really grateful there's no photo. Oh, here's something I can look at. Fig and hazelnut salad. Here's char grilled garfish in vine leaves. And here is pan-fried red mullet with okra. And we're getting down to the end of the book. Baked yogurt, lamb shoulder pie, and the index. That is interesting. Adventures in Turkish eating. I didn't expect there to be so many baked items, and I love that about this cookbook. Ooh, I have to return it to the library soon, so I'm going to have to look through it again more slowly and carefully on my own. What do we have next? Apple Kitchen. I checked this out from the library because it's almost harvest here in Washington State. We'll have a couple weeks left. We'll start harvesting apples. And by we, I mean people that are better than I am at picking apples because I'm slow. And I don't like standing for long. But I start cooking with fresh apples and baking with apples very soon, like September 1st. So this is Apple Kitchen. From Tree to Table, over 70 inspiring recipes by Madeline and Florian Ankner. This came out in 2021. It's a sweet, charming little cookbook. I've looked through it before. Appetizers and snacks, main courses, baking and cakes, desserts, small bites and drinks, pantry supplies at the end. That's nice. They write that the sight of an apple brings back the loveliest childhood memories, climbing trees, biting into juicy fruit, and enjoying life. Yes, I used to climb a tree to read books to get away from my brother, but it wasn't an apple tree. It was a eucalyptus tree. So I would carry apples up with me to eat, and I got the idea for that from Little Women, from Joe reading books and eating apples. All right, Apple Kitchen. I was drinking some water, but I wanted to point out that if I hadn't been so lazy this morning, I would have made iced tea. I have 3 new iced teas because it's been so hot here in Seattle. Look at this cute little caffeine-free. You get 12 tea bags from Teavana, which is a Starbucks brand, if I'm not incorrect. Yep, I see a Starbucks logo. This is Mandarin Mimosa. It is herbal tea, and it's flavored herbal tea with other natural flavors, and the flavors are, they include pieces of orange peel and tropical notes. Real Mandarin orange peel, mango, papaya, and fruit flavors sparkle with lemongrass in this breezy, citrus-brightened blend. I really should have made this, but in the morning I don't drink herbal tea. I need as much caffeine as possible. So I'm opening this cute little lid. They have it sealed for freshness. Oh, that smells interesting. Oh, I thought it was going to hit me in the face with citrus, but it didn't. I definitely smelled the papaya first, and they use silken tea bags instead of cotton or paper. And I could see the orange pieces. Oh, I smell the orange now. That smells really nice and refreshing. That's something I would drink in the afternoon because it's herbal, and I'm old, and so if I have caffeine after 2 p.m., forget sleeping. I also wanted to talk about, because fall is coming, spiced apple cider herbal tea. Now you can make these either hot or iced. Something like this I would probably do hot. I am personally allergic to the spices in this, so I got this as a gift, so I'm not going to open it up because I'm going to give it to someone, but I wish I could. Nope, can't smell it through the container. Nice gift for like welcome to fall. Do you have some friends who don't care so much about pumpkin spice lattes and they don't do pumpkin spice? Those people exist, and I'm one of them because I'm allergic to cinnamon and ginger, but I would totally be all over pumpkin spice lattes if I could. But I have some friends that are just not into the pumpkin spice thing, and so they do spiced apple cider instead. Shona says, oh, Mom needs some caffeine-free teas right now. Well, Shona, since I'm allergic to these, maybe if I see you tonight, I will bring you these, if you don't mind. The last one I might actually be able to drink, so I might keep it. This is green tea, so it does have caffeine. It's Jade Citrus Mint flavored green tea blend with spearmint and lemongrass. Caffeine level 2 out of 4, so I might have to drink twice the amount to get my desired. So I personally alternate between green tea and black tea every other day-ish. I mean, I'm not anal retentive about it. I just kind of keep it in mind. Black tea has some heart-healthy benefits and some brain benefits. Green tea has different antioxidant benefits, so I try and drink both. But the flavor of black tea is my favorite. Oh, this smells good. This smells really good. It's not pepperminty. So when I think of peppermint tea, I'm thinking, oh, I have a stomachache, I have to have peppermint tea, and so then I associate it with having a stomachache. But this is just, I don't know where they're getting the citrus notes. It just smells really good. It's definitely spearminty. And I would have fresh breath after I drink it. Oh, I'm going to keep this one. I'm not giving you this one. And I love the little packages. So again, it comes with 15? Oh, this one has 15 sachets. So that's more than 15 cups of tea for me because I always reuse a sachet. I personally just keep it in my mug and keep pouring hot water over it. Shona says we need the caffeine tea in the AM, but herbal teas in the afternoon. Teavana looks like a good choice. Yeah, feel free to click on the link. This one is listed as $23.48 here on my app that I'm looking at on my phone when you see me looking to the side. But I wouldn't pay $23 for one container of these, so hopefully that's a multiple listing for more than one of those. I don't know. Don't buy it if it's that much. $17.99 is for the Mandarin. That's a little better. And $14.19 is for the spiced apple. And when you think about it, you get 12, so that would be like $1 a cup of tea, which is a lot for home tea. But if you went to Starbucks and had a cup of this tea, it would be $3 or $4. So, yeah. All right, let's get back to cookbooks. That was my little chat about tea, and I'm prepared to keep chatting about the Apple Kitchen. I just have to find it at the front of my carousel without making everybody dizzy. Let's talk about apples and the upcoming fall. I do like to enjoy summer while it's here, but I'm looking forward to fall. Look at this beautiful salad, kale salad with apples and marinated squash. Now, I am someone who does not care for kale, and I really don't care for squash, But I would eat that because it's good for me and I'm a grown-up and I'm adulting. Fine. That's fine. Salad with apple, goat cheese balls, and a honey mustard vinaigrette. Now I need to get more adventurous and less lazy with my salads because I'm so incredibly busy with work and travel and packing my house for a temporary move, that I just go to Trader Joe's and buy a salad package, cut it open with scissors, dump it in 2 bowls, and I tell my boyfriend, there's your salad. So I really need to just take the time to make something beautiful like this instead. Apple and bulgur salad with fresh herbs and feta. But I find salad chapters and cookbooks boring, so let's move ahead because now I can show you. We're in the Appetizers and Snacks chapter. This is going to blow your mind. Ready? Tart flambe with apple and creme fraiche, parma ham, and roquefort. Look how beautiful that is. I love tarts. Love making tarts. Smoked trout sandwich with apple horseradish. So every one of these recipes obviously is going to have something to do with apples in it. And I live in Washington State, which is apple country. We grow so many apples, especially in the east side of the state. Here's pastrami sandwiches with apple mayonnaise and red cabbage. Apple mayo. Well, I would put mayonnaise on my sandwich anyway, but I think I'd rather have a slice of apple on there. I don't know. Carrot and apple soup with turmeric and an apple and walnut topping. That looks good. Doesn't hurt that their food photography is so nice. I feel like my voice is kind of ragged today. Excuse me. I was at an outdoor wine charity event yesterday, and I was probably screaming when I saw people like, Pam, Julie, oh my God. And so I think I heard my voice just in time to live stream about cookbooks for an hour. Apple and leek soup. Now, by the way, those of you that are here watching cookbooks, awesome. Thank you for doing that. I'm also going to be live streaming on Amazon Live today about dolls and Barbies and Disney and toys. I like to do my Christmas shopping early. So I will not be broadcasting that to Cookbook Divas YouTube because toys have nothing to do with cookbooks. So if you want to see that, you'll come over here to amazon.com/live/cookbookdivas because I'll be showing some Barbies and dolls and toys that I got for my nieces and a few toys for my nephews too. So sorry for the interruption. Oh, this looks good. Looks like a lot of work. Ricotta and apple pierogi with Mediterranean pancetta in butter. Yum. We have quite a few people watching on YouTube. I'm so glad to see that. Oh, someone said hello and I missed it a minute ago. Sorry. Sagar Bulgud, hello. Thank you for joining us. Baked apples stuffed with feta and bacon. Now, I think we have a lot of viewers that do not eat bacon because they're either vegetarian like me or vegan, or they're from a religion where you can't eat a lot of bacon. Hey, Alexander. Hi, how are you doing? This looks so good, though. I would just omit the bacon and stuff it with bacon or some kind of tofu. Apple Carpaccio. You need a mandolin for that and the skills to use it to make your apple slices so thin. Apple Carpaccio with fennel, gratin, and a pomegranate vinaigrette. That looked like such a refreshing salad, maybe right after a carb-heavy meal. That would be so yummy. Thank you, Alexander. Tortillas with pulled chicken in an apple and tomato sauce. So those of you just joining us, we're looking through the Apple Kitchen cookbook because we're starting to get ready thinking about fall and harvest time. Here's the main courses chapter. I love the photography in this book. Pork chops with apple butter. Pork chops is something I have not cooked for my boyfriend yet. I think I need him to show me how to do it one time because it's hard. A lifelong vegetarian, I don't mind making meat. I just want to make sure I do it right and don't poison him. And I want it to taste good. Wild boar burgers with radicchio and apple chutney. I don't know if do any of you cook wild boar at home. It seems kind of intimidating. Veal fillet on an apple and celery puree with a port wine sauce. There you go, Shona. There's your wine you were asking about. I'm going to skip ahead to the main courses chapter. Here's oven-baked trout with the cream cheese and apple filling. That's almost like a dessert main course. Wow. Clams in cider with linguine. Baked sea bass with Hasselback apples, hazelnut crumble, and white wine sauce. A little bit above my cooking skill level because I don't practice. How about salmon fillets with caramelized apple and a blueberry and herb topping? Oh, that is gorgeous. Those of you joining us on Amazon Live, you can click on the item down in the carousel below or on the side if you're watching on your phone to learn more about this particular cookbook. Squash and apple strudel. Apple and squash galette with beets and feta. I've actually never tried putting beets on a galette. I love galettes because the pastry is so easy to make and very forgiving if you mess up, and it doesn't have to look perfect and it looks rustic. I think there's a lot of French galette recipes out there that I want to try. Red lentil dal with grated apple. So here's an India-inspired recipe. Oh, here's the baking and cakes chapter. This is going to be a good one. Oh my gosh, this is going to be great. Cheesecake with an apple crumble topping. A tarte tatin with apples. So easy to make. Easy to whip it out. If you're having a dinner party, you can just get this ready early and just have it ready to go. Apple bundt cake with a cinnamon and pecan swirl. Apple brownie cake in a skillet. Nice. Here's a gâteau with a caramelized apple filling, otherwise known as a cake. That looks really good. Donuts with an apple and custard filling. Oh my gosh, donuts are my weakness. I'm going to die now. I love donuts. Now we're in the desserts, small bites and drinks chapter. This cookbook is way more fun than I thought. For those of you joining us, we're looking through Apple Kitchen. Here's apple ice cream with thyme and an amaretti, i.e. almond, crumble. That looks so good. Apple mousse with chocolate crumble. I normally have chocolate mousse. I never thought about making an apple mousse. That looks pretty awesome. Apple sorbet. I've had apple sorbet before. I probably wouldn't serve that in winter or if it's cold out, but summertime that would be amazing. And they use Granny Smith apples for that. The juice of a lemon, granulated sugar, and that's it. You need an ice cream maker, obviously. Toffee apples, for Halloween especially. Apple pie energy balls. How nice. Apple and ginger spritzer. I would, let's see, mineral water, Prosecco to keep it dry. Pantry supplies. Oven baked apple chips. Yum. Apple sauce. I haven't made applesauce in years. I need to get back into doing that. And I have to make it for myself because most people put cinnamon in applesauce and I'm allergic and I can't. But hey, this recipe calls for cardamom and cinnamon. Apple and onion chutney. Oh, I really like this cookbook. That's Apple Kitchen. Let's move on to the next one. I don't know anything about this one. I don't know why it's $42. That's a bit much. It is the BTC Old Fashioned. Where did I put it? Here it is. Excuse me while I grab it. BTC Old Fashioned Grocery Cookbook. Recipes and stories from a Southern revival. Okay. Alex Van Buren with recipes by Dixie Grimes. I have never heard of this. Okay, I'm going to read the back of this for you guys. Locals go to the BTC Old Fashioned Grocery in Water Valley, Mississippi for its skillet biscuits and sausage gravy breakfasts, made to order spicy Tex-Mex pimento cheese sandwiches, and daily specials like shrimp and grits that are as good as Mama made. The BTC's freezers are stocked with take-home Southern yellow squash casseroles, and its counter is piled high with sweets like peach fried pies. Oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. Okay, this is going to be good. It came out in 2014, the BTC Old Fashioned Grocery Cookbook. Oh, cute little kiddo. Contents: breakfast, soups for every season, salads, spreads and sandwich fixings, casseroles, mains, sides, and southern sweet thangs. I like that they spelled it thangs. So here's the BTC Old Fashioned Grocery. I wish I had something like this in my town. Oh my gosh. Alright, those of you that are joining us on YouTube and Facebook and Amazon, please drop me a note in the comments. Say hello, let me know where you're watching from. I'm in Seattle, Washington. Here's the breakfast chapter, and they start right off with Caraway dill biscuits. I love making biscuits. I need to make them more often because it makes the house smell so good in the morning. Sausage gravy to go on top of the biscuits, of course. They also have recipes for red eye gravy and chocolate gravy. Hello. The red eye gravy, I've never heard of such a thing. They use country ham, black coffee, unsalted butter, 3 tablespoons of Coca-Cola, and they note that it has to be Coca-Cola, black pepper, ground cinnamon, and breakfast grits. Wow. Here's tomato gravy. I have never heard of such a thing. Have you guys? I've never seen tomato gravy on biscuits, but then again, I live in the Northwest, not in the South. Huh. Okay. Breakfast grits. Wild mushroom quiche. Roasted tomato quiche. Oh, that looks incredible. I shouldn't spend my entire time in this book in the breakfast chapter, though. But, wow, it's so cool it made me cough. Italian sausage and mushroom breakfast casserole? I would think that would be a dinner dish, but okay. And the honey goat cheese frittata with prosciutto and arugula. Banana bread recipe. Okay, let me skip ahead to another chapter. Here's the soup. Oh my gosh, roasted pear and zucchini soup. Another way to use up all that zucchini you accidentally grew too much of, right? Dixie's grilled chicken breasts, loaded baked potato soup. Yum. Mississippi catfish gumbo. There it is. And you can make your own blackening seasoning. There's a chicken gumbo recipe. For summer, they have shrimp and sweet corn chowder. That sounds good. Summer squash soup. For fall, they're recommending roasted pumpkin soup and butternut squash with roasted apple. Broccoli salad. We're in the salad chapter. I usually find those pretty boring, but here's a pretty watermelon salad with feta. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through the BTC Old-Fashioned Grocery Cookbook. BTC tuna salad sandwich. Red rind pimento cheese sandwich. Oh, Shona, who's watching us on Amazon Live, she and I had a piquillo pepper dip last night, kind of for our dinner, and it reminded us of pimento cheese, but it was more cheddary and more peppery, but it was so good, and it was not spicy. Cherry mayonnaise? What? Here's a fancy mayo section with cherry mayonnaise and tomato caper mayonnaise, and a roasted red pepper salsa, green olive tapenade, how to make your own Thousand Island dressing, cornbread squash casserole. Okay, would you eat a baked Brussels sprouts casserole? I would. Shona says that was so delicious at Willow's Lodge. Yes, that was so. We're going to order that every time. It's like we sit down and the waitress is like, okay, put a Manhattan in front of Carrie and truffle fries in front of Jen, and now she'll be like, put the piquillo pepper cheddar dip in front of Shona. We're kind of regulars. Artichoke and English pea au gratin. Oyster casserole. Wow. Southwestern beef casserole. Dixie's lasagna beef stroganoff. Home brined corned beef brisket. Do you guys cook brisket? I'd love to hear from you. Blackened catfish, crab cakes with dill tartar sauce. I knew there was going to be a crab cakes recipe in this cookbook. Now we're in the sides chapter. Creamed cabbage with sherry, roasted fennel mashed potatoes, summer stuffed zucchini, yellow squash au gratin, crab meat stuffed mushrooms. I don't own a pan like this. I need to get one. It's just so good for holding juicy stuff in. Cliff's hominy San Juan, cornbread dressing, perfect white rice, fried pies. Oh, did I jump into sweet things? I did. Here's the dessert chapter. Oh yes, what are fried pies? Do you have a picture? Fried pie fillings. Oh, here's step-by-step photos how to make them. Okay. Are you guys able to hear me okay? I'm a little bit worried about the volume on my microphone and I don't want to shout, but I will if I have to. Here's a peach icebox pie. So that was our preview of the BTC Old-Fashioned Grocery Cookbook, which I just dropped on my face almost. Now we're going to take a trip to California, specifically for the Baja California Cookbook, which I have here somewhere. We're going to be looking at this one pretty soon. Feed your people. All right, California, where did you go? I wish I hadn't. Oh, there it is. I see it. These cookbooks are pretty heavy. You should see my massage therapist. He was like, why is your neck always jacked up and your shoulders? I'm like, because I hold a heavy cookbook to the side and turn to look at it. He's like, stop doing that. I'm like, I can't. We have to look through these. The Baja California Cookbook. by David Castro Husong and Jay Porter. And I wonder if he's the Husong from Husong's Cantina, which is a famous chain of Mexican restaurants in San Diego and in Tijuana. And maybe Arizona. This came out in 2020. Okay, the introduction says, less than an hour's drive from San Diego, Baja California is an up-and-coming destination for tourists looking to experience the best of what Mexico has to offer. From Baja wine country to incredible seafood along the coast, Baja cuisine showcases grilled meats, freshly caught fish, and produce straight from the garden, all mingled with the salt spray of the Pacific Ocean. So here's the beginning. Publisher is 10 Speed Press, one of our favorite cookbook company publishers. So, Chapter 1, Welcome to Baja, At the Ranch, From the Sea, Wine Country, and The Road Back Home is their chapters. Ooh, beautiful. I do miss the sunshine from California. Welcome to Baja. And they're showing a mercado, a market for fish. They're showing a map. And I'm looking for some recipes, but they're still showing us gorgeous photos and teaching us about the regions. Okay, I'm trying to find a recipe. They're talking about some sheep. I'm going to skip ahead. All right, braised lamb, ranch style. I see black beans. I see homemade tortillas. Charred green salsa, how to make your own using tomatillos, which are green. Here's the refried bean recipe, and every Spanish or Mexican cookbook has their own way of doing it, their own way of making it. And I have been doing it wrong because my refried beans are way too solid when I start frying them. I need to make them mushier and juicier and gushier and more liquidy. I'm working on it. Okay, flour tortillas and how to make them. I learned how to make flour tortillas from some ladies in San Diego's Natural History Museum, or the Museum of Man. They demonstrated how to make it just by clapping them with your hands with the flour and bowls, and you don't need to use something to flatten them. And they had tiny little hands, and they made the nicest big tortillas. So here's a recipe for honey roasted duck, and on the next page they continue it with duck sopes. And I love ordering vegetarian sopes at restaurants, so mine wouldn't have duck on them. Tomatillo avocado sauce for drizzling on top. Looks so good. Those of you just joining us on Facebook and YouTube, we're looking through the Baja California cookbook. And I'm looking for, mussels playitas with chorizo. Chocolate clam ceviche. Wow, I've never seen a recipe for that. You serve them on tostaditas. Black aguachile. And they're teaching us about tostadas. There's a lot of recipes that don't have photos, so I'm trying to jump ahead and find you one. Oysters on the half shell. Ooh, I don't know what that is. Masa for corn, tortillas, tostaditas, sopes, and more. Shrimp meatballs in tomato sauce. Oh, I'm not sure what that is. Wow, very colorful. And they're learning about some of the food history. Here's watermelon with olive oil and chile. I've never thought of serving it that way. Ancho chile powder. And this is yellowtail sashimi, Baja California style. And they use the juice of 4 limes, soy sauce, sesame oil, rice vinegar, ginger, serrano chile that's been stemmed, and cilantro to put a Mexican twist on a Japanese sashimi. Pickled pork skin and grilled oyster tostadas. Duck tamal in black chipotle sauce. And the last thing we'll look at is lamb ravioli in juice. It looks, and by juice I mean J-U-S, juice. That looks burnt. Shona says, you're liking the style of recipes in the Baja cookbook. Yeah, it's interesting. And the last chapter is the road back home, carnitas for 4. That is the Baja California cookbook. I love that it's upscale, and I can't wait to try the way that they make refried beans. Might do that tonight. Live streaming nights, I always get inspired and cook. Flavor bombs. Otherwise, I like to go to restaurants. Flavor bombs, I looked through last week. Oh, here they are. Let me grab them off the top shelf. I wasn't sure I was going to like this cookbook because I figured it's going to be all a bunch of meat and spicy stuff. But there were several things I wanted to make. So it's the umami ingredients that make taste explode by Adam Fleischman with Tien Nguyen. Let's check it out. It came out in 2018. The art style, the art direction in the cookbook's kind of interesting. So here's your table of contents: the umami pantry, basics and condiments, soups and salads, sides, basic pantry, umami sidekicks, umami master recipes, apps and little meals, mains, drinks, and desserts. So they have a lot going on in this book. So they're talking about umami and synergy, things that go together naturally, like tomato sauce and Parmesan cheese, create amazing umami flavor, hamburger with cheddar cheese, chicken stock and Chinese cabbage. Adam's principles of flavor. He says that your palate has a memory of flavors. Use it. And start with the clear concept of what you're cooking. So I'm here for the recipes. Okay, pantry, tomato paste, sidekicks, la la la. Like hot sauce, sherry wine, vinegars. All right. First recipe we're going to look at, garlic confit. Caramelized onions, blistered tomatoes. So teaching us to make lots of stuff. We don't need pictures because we know what blistered tomatoes looks like. Seasoning, the importance of timing. Burnt miso. I'm very good at burning food, so I can make this easily. Cook from your palate memory, Parmesan breadcrumbs, apps and little meals. What is rarebit? Because I'm a vegetarian, I don't know, but I see that word and go, is that rabbit? I have a feeling it's steak. The ingredients are porter, amber, or brown beer, sandwich bread, flour, milk, butter, ground pepper, sharp cheddar, Worcestershire sauce. Oh, it's not meat? There's no meat in this? Where? And dry mustard. What? Okay. Huh. Never heard of that. Okay. Salmon in tomato truffle butter. That kind of looks like a hot mess. I'm sure it tastes good. I'm not sure. That wouldn't be an easy thing to photograph without it looking juicy and weird. Okay. Roasted fingerling potatoes stuffed with smoked trout mousse. I bet you guys are drooling at that one. Baltimore coddies, duck rillettes, fettunta. Fettunta is grilled, garlicked, and oiled bread. The Italian version of the French tartine. Okay, that sounds good. Bagna cotta fettunta. So, grilled bread. They say bagna cotta is usually translated as hot bath, and it's a classic dish from the Piedmont region of Italy, where anchovies and garlic are bathed in warm olive oil until the flavors meld into a beautiful dip. That sounds good. Ooh, there it is. Woo, that's a big picture. It's kind of like, whoa, right in my face. And here's a raclette fettunta, so grilled bread with a bunch of melted cheese dripped all over it. Yes, please. May I have some now? And umami layered tart. And the ingredients for that are the umami master sauce from another chapter, sesame oil, olive oil, beef, fish sauce, balsamic innard. Oh, they want tenderloin or New York strip steak. And then you have a layer of tomatoes. And here's some info on how to make that. And here's, do you own those little specialty? I do. Those little tins for keeping your layers together. Stromboli, soups and salads chapter. Okay, how do you add umami to soups and salads? Some of these pictures are ridiculously big. Mushroom velouté soup, really creamy and smooth. Non-traditional umami spiked chowder, creamy salad dressing with mixed greens. 5-minute pork Concord salad. I don't know what Concord. Smashed onion burger. I'm going to let you look at this picture for a minute. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through the Flavor Bombs cookbook. And we're drooling. Pizza dough and basic grilling method. Tomato sauce, basil puree. Not a lot of photos. Crab egg clouds. Those probably look pretty good to you guys. Chicken confit with dirty farro. Is it farro or faro? Well, lamb kefta, i.e. kebabs. Quick cooked Japanese style collards. So there's a lot going on in this cookbook, a lot of flavor. Some of the pictures are just way in my face, so I'm not sure it's my favorite photography style, but I bet I'm going to learn a lot by going through here and learning how to make a matcha magic cake. No, I don't like my cake to taste like grass. I'm going to skip that one. I do drink matcha tea, and it does taste like grass, so that's okay. Here's a cookbook called My Two Souths, and I don't know what they mean by that, so I'm going to grab it. Is it this one? I'm looking for it. Hang in there. My Two Souths. Huh. I'm not finding it. Did I bury it up here? I guess we're going to skip this one because I can't find it. Okay. Ah! This one's huge. American Sfolino. A masterclass in handmade pasta. Whew! This one is very intense. I'm shocked that it's 41% off today. It's only $20 because it's a massive and very important cookbook for people wanting to make crazy amounts of pasta at home. It came out in 2019. Have you guys made pasta at home? It's a lot of work, but it is so, so good. And I missed a comment from Jonathan like 6 minutes ago. I'm so sorry. Jonathan, if you're still here, I haven't live streamed for a couple of weeks. I've been busy moving and packing, and that's crazy, and it's not conducive to live streaming. I'm so sorry I missed your comment. I had it buried under my mouse. Masterclass in Handmade Pasta by Evan Funk with Katie Parla. He looks very serious about his pasta. Okay. Evan is a true American Here we go. Here's the pronunciation in the Sfolia. It's sfolia, a sheet of hand-rolled pasta dough. Sfoglino or sfoglina is a maker of fresh pasta sheets. Okay. So I almost pronounced it right, but not quite. Look at this. This is, wow. I've never seen them doing those sheets that bad. Part 1, fundamentals. So this is your master class in making pasta at home. Dough yield, single thickness, measurements. Forget your pasta machine, use your hands, batches, salting the water, cooking the pasta, pairing shapes and sauces is an important concept. Rolling equipment, measuring, storing, cutting, shaping. Okay, you're going to need a lot of eggs. A lot. I love their step-by-step photos. That's so helpful and makes it so clear and really helps me know what it's supposed to look like at each stage. They're making spinach, I believe. Here's a gnocchi di ricotta dumplings. I personally don't care for gnocchi. It's too gooey in my mouth. It's like gummy. But I get that lots of people like it. How to roll a sfolia. Lots and lots. So the beginning of the book is just your basic techniques. And now we're going to make lasagna verde alla bolognese. And here's the step-by-step photos on what it's supposed to look like at every stage. I love the style of cookbook. Pappardelle. This is going to be good. Step-by-step pictures. How to make it. How to roll it. How to cut it. And then a recipe to use it with. Pappardelle with wild boar ragu. Or pappardelle with duck ragu. Or with vegetables. Pappardelle alla contadina, that would be the one I would be eating. Tagliatelle with prosciutto and butter. Yum. I wouldn't say no to that. Okay, maltagliati, which is badly cut, is the translation. It refers to the irregularly shaped pasta bits left over when you cut tagliatelle. Okay, and a recipe for that is maltagliati with beans. Wouldn't that be good on a rainy day when you get home from work? If someone cooked that for you, it would be so hearty. And just a little salad and bread on the side. Oh, that would be incredible. Strichetti. Did I say that right? Strichetti. I'm not sure. But here it is. Looks like bow ties. And here is strichetti or strichetti with prosciutto, arugula, and tomatoes. Or with ham and peas. Oh, I'm getting hungry, you guys. Wow, look at the... Okay, you need a special roller to make this. And it's called garganelli? Yes, garganelli. You kind of need a little wooden mold to make those. But look at the shape. Imagine the pasta sauce that would hang on to for you. Oh my gosh. Garganelli. The recipe is for garganelli with sausage and cardoons. I do not know what a cardoon is. Garganelli with bell peppers. I do know what bell peppers are. Yay! Those of you just joining us, we're looking through American Sfolino, making pasta by hand. Here's Triangoli con gorgonzola, radicchio e rosmarino, which I think is rosemary. Yep, radicchio. So that would be healthy because you're getting some vegetables in there, not just the carb-heavy pasta. Step-by-step photos, how to make the triangles. Tortelloni. Cute. Tortelloni with butter and tomato. Just so simple. I prefer the simple recipes like that. Balanzoni. February in Bologna is tough. By the beginning of the month, the city is already 4 solid months into frosty weather, and overcast days far outnumber those filled with sunshine, just like here in Seattle. For this reason, the city really looks forward to Carnival, and the dishes prepared for this holiday are richer and more elaborate than Bologna's everyday cooking. Among these, balanzoni are named for a famous doctor. So here's how you make them. And the recipe is balanzoni with butter, herbs, and spices. And the spices are nutmeg, fennel pollen, optional, yeah, no thank you, and an entire cup of finely grated Parmigiano Reggiano. Here's balanzoni with butter and hazelnuts, nice and simple. Balanzoni with sausage, cream, and sage. And now we're doing tortellini in bruto, or meat broth. Green tortellini with cream sauce. I would love to eat that for dinner tonight. That looks so good. This is sorpresine, which is called Little Surprises, a variation of tortellini but without filling. Okay. And cestini, like stracchetti, is a relatively modern shape. You find these filled pasta parcels served with sauces that mirror their fillings in Eastern Italy. Cestini, look how cute those are. I can see how you make that by pinching your fingers together into like a little envelope. Asparagus cestini. Cestini with arugula pesto and a word I've never seen before. Squacquerone? Squacqueroni? I don't know how to say that. Caramelle. Who doesn't have nostalgic feelings for wrapped candy? Cute little parcels, how to make them. Caramelle is the recipe. I'm assuming it has caramel in there. Here's caramelle with artichoke filling. That looks so good. Strozzapreti with simmered meat. And basically that is your preview of American Sfolino. That is an awesome cookbook that I want to own someday when I have more time to make my own pasta. Next up, baking with steel. I grabbed this from the library. Where is it? There it is. It's a little bit smaller. Here we go. I grabbed this because it's a revolutionary new approach to perfect pizza, bread, and more on a cast iron skillet, which is actually a baking steel. I do not own a baking steel, so I was kind of curious. This came out in 2017. It is from Little Brown and Company. And the contents are a foreword and introduction, the story of steel. Before you bake, get the most out of your baking steel. Why it works. Let's look at that. And then pizza recipes, bread recipes, and on beyond baking. So here's the baking steel in someone's oven. I guess I don't own a baking steel. I thought I did. Introduction, the story of steel. He says, the baking steel made the best home oven pizza I've ever tasted, and I had the support of my friends and family. Okay, before you bake, do all this stuff. He's talking about the difference between a baking sheet, baking stone, and baking steel. The baking steel absorbs heat from the oven, but its alloy has a thermal conductivity 18 times greater than a ceramic pizza stone's. So your pizza bakes faster and at higher heat. Okay. Pizza. Making pizza the baking steel way. tools, kitchen scales, creamy cheeses, la la la. Let's get to the recipes. Oh, shaping and stretching the dough. Good. Whole wheat pizza dough, sourdough starter. See how bubbly it is. Let's get to the recipe. This is all doughs and crusts. Pizza recipes. Pepperoni, mushroom toppings, margarita pizza, but on a baking steel. Hot Hawaiian Island pizza. Meat lovers pizza. Bar pizza. Detroit style sausage and pepper pizza, but made on a baking steel. Onion ring pizza. Spicy coconut shrimp and leek pizza. Ciabatta bread, we're in the bread chapter now. The ultimate tomato focaccia, look at that, that's gorgeous. Vicky, hi! I'm so glad you could come to my stream today. I saw you in somebody else's stream yesterday and was glad to see you. I am getting really hungry looking through the stupid cookbook. Bread recipes. Made on a baking steel. I need to get back into baking bread, white bread. I wasn't one of those people that went all bread crazy during the early part of the pandemic. So now I'm kind of like, I miss baking bread. And my friends don't want to eat it because they went crazy and made too much. So I have a love-hate history with pita bread. When I bake it, it puffs up like that and then never goes down. So when I make pita bread, I end up with dinner rolls instead of flat pitas. And then when I try to make dinner rolls, they're all flat and yucky. So I just reverse the recipes, I guess. Hamburger buns. I don't usually bake my own at home. French toast. Breakfast tacos. That's interesting. On a baking steel. Wow. Okay. Spatchcocked chicken. I bet that... Oh, baking steel is perfect for that. And let's look at one more. Griddled scallion chimichurri using a baking steel. So that is baking with steel. Be sure to click on it in the Amazon carousel if you want to check it out. It's currently $29.70 for those of you that like physical cookbooks instead of Kindle ones. I just thought this was a cute little cookbook. It looks a little bit old-fashioned, like it was published before 2014, but we'll find out. It's Dutch Treats, heirloom recipes from farmhouse kitchens. And, you know, we have a lot of people that love pretending they live in a farmhouse when they don't. So I thought we should check it out. It's by William Woyce Weaver. That's kind of a tongue twister. Came out in 2016. Okay. Dutch Treats. Heirloom recipes from farmhouse kitchens, and he dedicated it to Cheryl Long. He says one of the most special of all the Pennsylvania Dutch I've been blessed to know. Okay. It's definitely an old-fashioned photography style, though. Chapter 1, Festive Breads. Chapter 2, Cakes or Kuka. Chapter 3, Cookies and Small Pastries. And that's it. 3 chapters. Okay. And the introduction covers Dutch treats cuisine as living tradition. Oh, there's more chapters, excuse me. Chapter 4, Dutch Cakes, D-A-T-S-C-H. Chapter 5, Pies and Tarts. Chapter 6, Schluppers and Puddings. Cuisine as living tradition. Pennsylvania is one of the few places in the United States where rich folk tradition and the culinary arts meld seamlessly to create a magical yet down-to-earth regional cookery. Cute. Festive Breads chapter. The main growers of wheat were the Pennsylvania Dutch. They measured their wealth in bushels of wheat. They paid bills with it, and their bread baking was legendary. So here's a gingerbread mold depicting New Year's pretzel, stritzel, and kissing buns. And here's apple bread or schnitzing bread. Special instructions for baking in rye straw baskets. Wow, I'm probably not going to try that. Baked anise dumplings for festive occasions. Now anise tastes kind of like licorice. Here's Bean Day bread. Depending on which farmer you ask, Boerendag, Bean Day, is either June 4 or June 5. The critical date on the Pennsylvania Dutch garden calendar by which time most pole beans and lima beans should be in the ground if they're to produce seed for the next season. It's also the date when kitchen gardeners should start planting bush beans in 2-week succession so there'll be a fresh crop right up until frost. That's brilliant. Quince honey recipe, butter semmels, those look so good. This is Stollen and Stritzel. And there's a recipe for sugar buns or kissing buns. And here's a Bigler cake. So there's a lot of food history and American history wrapped up in this cookbook. Dutch apple cake. Those of you watching this on YouTube and Facebook, welcome. And we have people commenting on Amazon Live. We're looking through Dutch treats, heirloom recipes from farmhouse kitchens. Here's a filled crumb cake. Honey loaf cake with walnuts. Leopard cake, otherwise known as Leperkuchen. Osterberg Easter cake. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. Cookies and small pastries. They use molds or they make drop cookies. This is called belly laps. And these are Belschnickel cookies. Springerly cookies or Springer. Peanut Dutch. Oatmeal Dutch. Potato crumb Dutch. This is called hardtack pie or poorhouse pie. It was a distinctive pie that kind of disappeared in the late 1970s. It was known locally as poorhouse pie because it was served at the county poorhouse well into the 1930s. In spite of its name and lowbrow origin, the pie became one of those mascot dishes for the good old days. So the ingredients are a pie shell that's prepared ahead of time, unsalted oyster crackers crushed to oatmeal consistency, warm, freshly mashed potatoes, flour, baking powder, salt, sugar, butter or lard, an egg, buttermilk or sour cream, and coarse sugar. That sounds really good. I would bake that. Mango schnitz pie, lemon sponge pie, maple sugar shoe fly pie. It doesn't get more traditional than that. Are they going to have a vinegar pie? I don't know. Poppy seed tart. How to make an egg crust. These are called Bosky Boys. They look like pancake dinner rolls. Sometimes ornamented with little coils of dough or tiny pretzels, they're baked ball-like dumplings that were made for Christmas or New Year's. Uncle Penny's tender pie crust. Pop Robin pudding. The Germans call them Spätzle. The Pennsylvania Dutch call them Neppelin, mini dumplings. And the English-speaking neighbors of the Dutch call them Pop Robins. Sweet corn and pawpaw pudding. And this is, I'm not sure what that is. Oh, sour cherry schlupper. So that is your preview of Dutch treats. I didn't expect there to be so much history in this. I can't wait to go back and read it. Love it. Robin says, hello everyone. Finally made it to one of the Divas streams. Sorry it took me a minute to see you there. Welcome, Robin. We're looking through a bunch of cookbooks today, and FYI, when I'm done with cookbooks, I'm going to eat a little lunch and brush my teeth so I don't have stuff in my teeth on camera, and then I'm going to come back and do Barbie Day and Disney Day. Lots and lots of toys. I like to shop early for Christmas. Plan ahead. Okay, here's a cookbook I'm very excited about. Feed Your People. Big batch, big-hearted cooking and recipes to gather around. I'm currently wanting to learn more about cooking for crowds and big batch cooking because I live in Washington State and we have lots of wildfires, and I want to be a better volunteer at the Red Cross. I'm currently volunteering at a food pantry, but I'm about to take my Red Cross volunteering classes all over again because it's been a long time. How do you feed a group of 50 firefighters that have been out, all day fighting fires, and it's your turn or your church's turn to make them dinner? How do you feed that many people all at once? I do not know. So I want to take classes on that. And hopefully I will not have to cook a lot of people. Hopefully I won't have any wildfires, and I won't need to. But I'm going to start off learning from Feed Your People, big batch, big-hearted cooking to gather around. This came out in 2018. Yeah, that's big batches, because I normally cook for 2 people. So scaling it up is a little confusing to me. So Robin, where are you watching from, and what's your favorite thing to cook? So, Chapter 1, How to Feed Your People, and then 2, Small Bites, Big Parties, 3, One Bowl Gatherings, Soups and Stews. I would hardly ever do that, because I wouldn't serve just one food, because what if one of your guests came and didn't like what you cooked, or you messed up the soup, or they're allergic, or they don't eat that kind of meat or veg, I would always have lots of options. But Chapter 4, pasta, noodles, and rice. 5, meat and poultry, braises, roasts, grills, and fries. Chapter 6, seafood, boils, bakes, and roasts. Chapter 7, from the garden, vegetables and salads. Chapter 8, sweet gatherings. Forward. Why would a cooking school open its doors once a month to serve a $10 dinner to 80 people? The 18 Reasons Community Dinner began when blah blah blah. We decided a $10 dinner, changing every month according to who was cooking it and what we wanted to celebrate, would be a fun way to bring people in. Nice. I like the idea of community dinners. But everyone has to contribute. And who has to clean up? So how to feed your people. If you want to throw a party but you're feeling overwhelmed, here's the best cooking tip for cooking for a crowd. Don't go it alone. When you feed your people, the best part is being with your people. When I first started throwing parties, I would do all of the shopping and prepping by myself and then cook all day and night. I was so tired by the time the guests arrive, I wanted to say, feed yourselves, people, and climb into bed. That is just like me. So the author says, now when I'm cooking for a crowd, I have at least 2 or 3 friends and hopefully my mother working in the kitchen with me. Yes. Some recipes benefit from many hands in the kitchen. Foods like empanadas, dumplings, and tamales are best made in groups. Yes. Love it. So they're talking about equipment, sheet pans. Oh my gosh, things you need for cooking for a crowd. Yes. Bigger pans, more of them. Big bowls, a kitchen scale, a stacked steamer, especially for tamales. Small bites, big parties. Oh, step-by-step photos. Love it. Empanadas, which I've never tried making. Vegetarian cheese, bean, and poblano filling. Please don't forget your vegetarians that are coming to your big meals. Alicia's tamales. And the recipe is for chicken filling or vegetarian bean filling. Step-by-step photos. Very helpful. This book is hard to hold up. I'm going to skip ahead a little. Chinese dumplings. I took a Chinese dumplings class, and we had to mash up pork and seafood in our hands. Luckily, we had gloves on, and shove them into the dumplings. That was rough, because I'm vegetarian, but I did it. Onigiri party. Everybody can work together to make their own little sushi onigiri. That would be a fun party. One bowl gathering, soups and stews. They're the ultimate community comfort food. So here's minestrone, a recipe from Alice Waters. Little cranberry chicken pot pie, but you can make them big. Cute. Nice for Christmas. Step-by-step photos for making... What are you making? Dumplings, matzo balls, New England fish and clam chowder, black bean soup for a crowd. That would be a crowd pleaser here in Eastern Washington. Grandma Salazar's chile verde. Not sure what this is. Wow, I'm going to skip ahead. Oh, what is this? Whole loaf garlic cheese bread, dipped in some kind of a tomato soup. Mama's meatballs. Le polpetti della mamma. So we have Italian foods in here. Potato gnocchi with pesto. I'm not going to make gnocchi for a crowd. Too much work. But look at this. What is this a recipe for? Macaroni au gratin. Yes, please. Big pan seafood paella. How to host a pasta supper. Pomegranate braised lamb shanks. Senegalese grilled chicken with lime onion sauce. And have you guys seen the documentary on World Central Kitchen? It is on Netflix. It is amazing. Go watch it. It's Chef Jose Andres, and he is cooking for a crowd, and he's cooking food that's appropriate to the locals that are eating it in the countries he's serving it in. Root beer barbecued spare ribs. Wow. Woo. And how about Louisiana shrimp and crab boil for a crowd? This is a grilled clam bake. From the garden, vegetables and salads for a big crowd. Ratatouille. That would be great in autumn or winter, especially autumn. Call it what you will, Cobb salad. Frittata with charred leeks, roasted grapes, and camembert. Here's Italian white bean salad with tuna. That would be a great side dish. Oh, challah cinnamon rolls for a crowd. lemon blueberry trifle, cookie exchange party. That's definitely community building. Texas sheet cake, and ice cream sandwiches and brownies, and this is called Frog Hollow Farm Fruit Crisp. So that is your preview of Feed Your People. This is an excellent cookbook. I wasn't expecting to have all of the step-by-step photos. Love that, love that, love that. I hope you enjoyed that preview. Let me know if you have any questions about that cookbook before I move to the next one. And I think I'm going to take a break in my stream because I've been streaming for over an hour. So I'm going to eat a little lunch and come back to do the rest of these. So this will be the last cookbook I look through until lunchtime. This is Floyd Cardo's Flavor Walla. Big flavor, bold spices, a new way to cook the foods you love. Floyd Cardo's, or Cardoz, sorry, don't know, is the celebrated New York City chef of Tabla, North End Grill, and his newest restaurant, Payowala, or Pawala. He attended culinary school in his native Bombay, India, where he opened Bombay Canteen, his first restaurant in his home country. Okay, this came out in 2016. Flavor Walla, a new way to cook the foods you love. Good food and good cooking are about more than how food tastes or looks on a plate. They're about how good the food makes the person cooking it and the person eating it feel. Contents are weeknight meals, dinner for two, essentially vegetables, family style, cooking for tomorrow, rise and shine, summer cooking, game time, special dinners and parties. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, there's our author. What's in his spice cabinet? Techniques and methods. Romaine cucumber salad with lime and Thai chile. And he's teaching us how to wash and dry cilantro and how to make freezer stock ramen. Shrimp with spicy tomato sauce. So I thought this was going to be an Indian cookbook just because he's from India, but he has food from all sorts of traditions. Fire roast, stir-fried crab meat and sweet corn. That reminds me of Louisiana. Shellfish and linguica stew. Dinner for two. Meals to cook when there's just a pair, like at my house every night. Brussels sprouts hash. Roasted beets with orange and fresh ricotta. Baby escarole, endive, radicchio, and blood orange salad. Oh, what is this? This looks so good. Spiced chicken soup with chickpea noodles. Imagine if you were out shoveling snow or some kind of physical activity on a snowy day and you came back in and had this for your lunch. Oh, that would be incredible. Steamed coconut mussels. This is eggs poached in tomato curry. We would call that shakshuka in many traditions. He says one of his pet peeves about Indian restaurants is that you don't see enough eggs on the menu. This is true even in India, which is why we made sure to have a couple of egg dishes on the menu at Bombay Canteen. This is orange and mustard grilled chicken with chickpeas. Cracked wheat pilaf with spring peas. Corn on the cob elote with cotija cheese. That looks good. Braised escarole with mustard. Ooh, let's find out what this is. Shrimp, obviously. Shrimp curry with cauliflower. Do you guys like shrimp curry? Let me know in the comments. Here's chicken tagine with olives, chickpeas, and pine nuts. So that's a Moroccan recipe, or Middle Eastern. Salt cod stew with fingerling potatoes and fennel. Pork butt with tomatoes, olives, and fennel. I'm feeling like this book would be a really good all-over cookbook for those of you that love eating foods for many, many cultures, because I've seen Italian, Indian, Southern American, Middle Eastern, some Japanese traditions in here. Braised short ribs with peanuts and anchovies. Because we all have limited cookbooks, space on our shelves, and you want to have one that you're going to use more than once. Rendang short ribs, or rendang. Scrambled eggs with wild mushrooms. What is this? That looks so good. Justin's slow-cooked eggs, and then oven-baked eggs with poblanos and fingerling potatoes. Steel-cut oats with grilled peach compote. Mango lassi smoothie. Okay, mango lassi. It's very popular at Indian restaurants. It's New York strip loin, but with mustard, coriander, and rosemary crust. Would you eat it that way, or would you rather have it plain and with a steak sauce? Let me know what you think. Here is Bombay ground lamb kebabs, but no picture. Oh, actually, maybe there is a picture. No, I don't see kebabs. Grilled pineapple with cracked black pepper. I would have never thought of serving it that way. I like this. Oh my goodness. Game time. When both the food and the game matter. Okay. Spiced pumpkin soup with crab meat and pumpkin seeds. Super Bowl coconut clam chowder, and this is cider glazed seared scallops with cauliflower puree. I love how it's seasonal ingredients that you eat that time of year. Grilled lime pepper chicken. Rosemary, excuse me, black pepper spatchcock chicken. Sometimes I turn the page of a cookbook and some of the paper gets in my throat. Chili rubbed hanger steak. And now special dinners and parties. For example, scrambled eggs with ramps and bacon for a brunch. White bean salad with pomegranate pearls and crushed peanuts. That sounds really good. Grilled cauliflower with candied ginger, pine nuts, and raisins. Cornbread stuffing for 12. Wow. That was Floyd Cardoza's Flavor Walla. I'm very impressed. I wasn't sure what to expect. It was very, very global. So thanks so much for watching this cookbook haul stream. I'm going to come back in about half an hour or maybe an hour to continue with the rest of the cookbooks that we want to look through today. And I will see you on the next live stream. Thanks so much for watching.